If the New World Order can just distract the public for a few more years, the elite can finish constructing their police state control grid.
Now, a lot of times, we don't want to know the issue.
Right.
We don't want to know the issue. We feel, what do you call this thing where you get this false sense of gratification, but because a black man is in office, everything's going to be all right. No, everything's not going to be all right.
Yeah.
Until you look into the agenda and what the Democratic Party has been about, is about, and will be about, regardless if Barack Obama is the president or not. And that's real.
Barack.
One of the things I've noticed with a lot of people is that people are obsessed with mediocrity. Alright? Now, everyone loves to bash Bush because they built him up as the great evil demon. Okay? Yeah, he was evil. But that's the whole point, is to draw your attention from what really mattered and from the people who were really pulling the strings. Bush is a puppet, Obama is a puppet, Carter, Clinton, Reagan, all puppets. I have two videos I want my viewers to watch. First and foremost, I want you to look up the video that got of John F. Kennedy, the last legitimate president, and I'm saying this as a conservative, okay? John F. Kennedy was killed because he was trying to free our country from the central bank system, okay? This doesn't have any value. You know, oh wow, $50. You know, he's waving his greenbacks around, okay? No one had to dig up a mountain. No one had to use dynamite. No one had to pick up a pickaxe and start digging for a small chunk of gold and then take hundreds of pieces of small chunks of gold and then do the refinement process to purify that to get actual value out of that. That has actual value. And what we're moving towards is, in a matter of years, people are going to be killing each other to get a hold of this. They have built prisons to detain people like you who, once this no longer has value, because they're going to destroy it. Okay? They're already printing this just to finance wars. Alright? Going over to the Arab countries and whatnot. People are going to be killing each other here in the country over a can of soup. Because they're going to intentionally destroy the dollar, and they've been doing it. In fact, you could buy this can of soup for maybe $1, what, 5-6 years ago? Now it's like, what, you can't even get 10 for $1 anymore. Or at least not here in Florida. And the thing is that your attention is diverted to mediocrity. It's all about consuming your perception. Why do I tell my viewers I don't watch TV? Because it is the biggest, fattest load of BS. The subject, and here's the thing is, if you're intelligent enough to pick out what they're really telling you, you'll start to understand the subjectivity of what is being passed down into through everything, through the message. And it's like a giant puzzle. And you can say, well, you're just being a conspiracy theorist, blah, blah, blah. Well, they control the media, and so they control your perception. So they also control the language that they construct and manipulate. But bottom line, watch the Kennedy's speech that got him assassinated. And then there's this InfoWars video that I highly recommend. And of course, there's some other good videos, like ones on how all the religions are all the same. Look, it boils down to this. You have greed is the ultimate sin. Alright, and I'm atheist, okay, and I'm saying it's a sin. Alright, I'm just going to say the ultimate evil. And the greatest justification is religion. Because no matter what religion it is, you can say, hey, I don't agree with your take on Christianity. I'm going to do my own flavor of Christianity. Okay? You can justify anything with religion. And you can justify greed, genocide, racism, sexism. Okay, you could justify any of that and all of that. You could justify, charging people that in a matter of years, to the point where 9/11, all the major wars in the past 200 years, all of this stuff has been manipulated by small groups of people. And the thing is that you can choose to live in mediocrity. You can choose to allow ourselves to be enslaved, of course. Oh, why would you want to give your firearm to the government? That's to protect yourself against government tyranny. Well, here's an example, okay? And you can convince people with a good smile, whatnot. Now, my viewers watch my videos because I give it to them as it really is on the topics I talk about, and this is it takes a lot of resources and a lot of brains to put together the kind of videos like the Obama deception. And I have liberal friends, and they just don't get it. They're obsessed with mediocrity. There is, for example, an official who's like some kind of sexual disorder, and they were elected, and it's like, oh, progress, okay? And you're watching these videos thinking, hey, the world's getting better, we're making progress, and that's the big deception is that while you see Obama's big smile and you say, oh, he's doing great things, they're going to tear him down because people are going to see him for what he is, as a puppet. And then they're going to get rid of him and bring in the next puppet. And the whole idea is to keep you, the common person, from being able to know this in time. That way it prevents you from going out with a gun with hundreds of thousands of other people to take back our country. Anyway, so people have plenty of time on their hands. If you can't spend 2 hours to wake up and, if you've never gone out to a gun range to, practice firearms, if you've never considered, independent thought, if you watch TV, like, at all, maybe it's time to put this big fat massive lie, this big fat massive deception that you have adopted, throw it out the window. Start with a clean slate and try to look at the world not as you would prefer it to be, but to look at the world and existence in general as it really is. Because there's 2 types of people in the world. Those who take the gratification for helping you, and those who find gratification in controlling you. I'll put the links in the sidebar under more info, or go to my channel, youtube.com/jabcreations. Don't forget to rate, but more importantly, don't forget to open your mind. Thanks for watching.